Peace, love, knowledge, and freedom. And welcome to another exciting episode of Frail Conversations. And today, as you've seen from the title, we're going to be talking about black boys. Black boys. This episode was prompted because I seen a video. And it's wild how I ain't going to say I'm tapped in and I'm plugged in, but I'm kind of tapped in and plugged in and I'm getting closer to it again. Like, it's different. It's hard to sustain sometimes. But I made a post and I stated that black women are unprotected because black boys are not respected or unrespected. Right after that, a video flows through my shit and it says it's a mom just yelling at her son, yelling, and she's like, and then she's on a little talk show shit, and then she's yelling at her son saying, see, that's your problem, you talk too much, you don't listen, how you gonna listen if you're always talking, or whatever the case may be, like literally not even taking her own advice. And she ultimately, tells the host, sometimes she hates him. And then she tried to clean it up, said, no, I feel like I hate him. And then she said, and I don't hate nobody, but I feel like he makes me hate him because he just talk. And it's like, he just talks. Like, you hate to hear his voice. And so it made me think. In that moment I seen it, I just seen the way he looked at his mom, and I was like, oh, he about to be a dog. He about to be a dog. And it took me back to the post that I had made, like not even 2 hours before that, right? In which I said black women are disrespected because black boys are not respected. Now, I'm not pinning this on women and just saying, oh, women, mothers don't respect their sons. No. This conversation is going to be deep. This conversation is going to be deep because I don't think people really understand what it is to be a black boy because we don't have enough conversations about it. It's a lot of trauma that we got to heal from. It's a lot of trauma and things that we have internalized and we got to deal with. And it comes from shit when we were boys. You know what I'm saying? We were boys. And in being boys, it's when you don't get that respect, what do? I ain't talking about adolescents, teenagers. I'm talking about boys, black boys. You have a foundational point of your life where you're supposed to be developing your first 7 years. And then up until you turn 11, 12 and shit like that, you're still getting foundational pieces. And along these ways, you're caught up in a world, one, that's already competitive. It's competitive and it's competitive and you're the best competitor. So they create impediments for you to not succeed. I didn't have to say impediments, but I like the way the cadence flow when I was thinking about it. So I slid that in there so it can flow. But yeah, they create these impediments for you because take it back to that episode I did on racism where I was saying racism creates the handicap to make everybody equal to us in the competition. So these impediments are there, right? We talk about the black man who's heavy, who's got to struggle, who's got to go through these things, who's got to do all these things. We talk about the black man having difficulty fighting white supremacy and fighting in America. Nobody ever say shit about the black boy. Like, nigga, he don't go through this too. He's defenseless to it though. He can't assert himself. He has to go into these places that do not respect him. In a world where respect is is earned and not given. What does that say to us? What does that say for us? We know we're not respected as black men. We have to do something monumental within our circles to get the respect that we feel we deserve. What you think our little boys are our boys are going through? Because what have they accomplished? What can they accomplish in their little ages? Sports. That's it. And then what are the odds of being the phenom? And you see what we pride ourselves on, because the reason why they give us these images of rappers and celebrities and shit like that is because this is what these little boys see as respectful, is respected. My father, who's not even either in my life or he's in my life, and that he's not even doing nothing impactful. He looks up to this motherfucker right here, and this is an entertainer of some sort. So what do you think is gonna give me, or am I gonna try to use to seek respect? You see what I'm saying? And it's in this point of seeking this respect that we have to understand that the black boy is affected by that. And this effect of what he gets his respect for and what the accomplishments are almost in direct relation to why the black woman ends up being disrespected, to where she gets impregnated by the man who disrespects her because he grew up from the boy. And now she has a son or a daughter, whatever, by this very man who now creates the extension of her that is them, that now creates the cycle from now the disrespected mother now raises the unrespected child, unrespected boy. But before that, we dive heavy into that, be sure to follow me on Instagram at _just_scene_ Be sure to check out my website, IamJustSeen.com, to get all things that Just Seen. To all those who tip, donate, and sponsor to the podcast, you are greatly appreciated. To all those who would like to tip, donate, and sponsor to the podcast, you can do so by clicking the link in the description of the podcast. Not this episode, but the podcast itself. And you know the vibes. Cash App and PayPal are just fine. And that's that for this, and that's this for that. So we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we are going to dive into So Frail Conversation. We're going to dive into So Frail Conversations, Black Boys. And don't forget to visit IamJustSeen.com. There, you can get all things Just Seen. You want to add the So Frail series to your library? Visit IamJustSeen.com. You want to learn how to master the markets for serious trading and investing? Visit IamJustSeen.com. You want to get your hands on some exclusive merch like tees, hoodies, coffee mugs, hats, bags? Visit IamJustSeen.com. Are you thinking about transitioning into the plant-based lifestyle? Visit IamJustSeen.com. You ever want to just chat with Seen about anything from simple advice to mentorship? Visit IamJustSeen.com. Anything and everything that is me, you can find at IamJustSeen.com. So take a quick peek into my world to see why being just seen is nothing less but always more. Because you never really know what you need until you see it, and you will never see it unless you visit IamJustSeen.com. All right. Welcome back. And without further ado, let's dive heavy into this motherfucker. So the year was 94. No, I'm bullshit. I ain't gonna start it off like that. But nah, for real. That's a conversation we often don't have, is the black boy. Now, we watched Black Panther. You know, I've been seeing memes based off the Killmonger shit. It's the child who is not embraced by the community will burn it down. Well, no, embraced by the village will burn it down just to feel its warmth. That was powerful. Because in many ways, I feel personally that is an indication and a reflecting piece of the unrespected boy, right? Because we got to realize what the fuck this system is doing to us in our parenting. No, not doing. We have to realize what this system has done to us in our parenting. We never stopped parenting the same way we parented when we started parenting during slavery. You feel what I'm saying? When we consider emasculation, one of the biggest ways in which you emasculate a man is to disrespect him, right? That's the first way. I'm going to say that's number 2, but that's one way. The other way is to not respect him at all. There's a different psychology to that. There's a different psychology to being disrespected and being not respected. Because if you disrespect me, at least you respected me at one point in time. But when you don't respect me at all, you don't even value me enough to deem me worthy of respect. So now, when I create a parenting structure, because it's based off chattel slavery, you feel me? I need you to only create sons or whatever that's gonna do whatever, blah blah blah. Fast forward, we do this shit, get out of slavery. Fast forward, shit, we still in certain cycles. We trying to get out of shit, but now it's worse. Now it's worse because it makes me think about the situation with the young boy who His mama said she hated him. That was crazy because it's like, damn, respect is to men, what love is to women. She's in front of this man on TV, barking in his face, screaming, screaming, screaming. You don't respect your son. Now, again, this is not an individual shot at mother-son relationships. I'm speaking as a whole because I use the extremes to get to the point of saying, look at what happened. Look at what this is doing. You feel me? That's just one direction. Or we can see that heal your mother wounds. That everybody talks that bullshit, social media, heal your mother wounds. You have to realize how long a man has lived without being respected. Then you have to factor in when did he gain his respect and what he gained his respect for. That's very, very pivotal because that shows how long he was an unrespected boy, and how long he was an unrespected boy developed the mentality that's going to determine what happens when he gets a little. Wait till he get his money, right? It's not an accident. Money don't make anybody change. It really brings out who the fuck they are. So people say, why are men so disrespectful to women? Why are men so disrespectful to this? Was he a boy being disrespected since he was a kid? Because the analogy can still run the same. You know what I'm saying? How if the woman isn't loved, we look at situations like this when women aren't loved, or whatever the case may be, they do the promiscuity, that's what they say, or whatever they're gonna do. What about when a boy is not respected? Nobody knows. Well, we know that they run in the streets and shit and try to find the street shit. What about the ones who are unrespected, who never find the streets? You think suicidal rates are high because they're sad? No, they are not being respected. They are not being respected, but they're internalizing not being respected. It's different, again, when you're disrespected, because at least you are respected. But when you've never been respected, you're invisible. I seen this post and it was talking about some of these people that are on social media now that are just bullies and savages and shit like that. It's like they were bullies or they were bullied while they were in school. They were bullied in real life and shit. And now they finally got a little bit of freedom to bark back and they can say what they want. Real passive aggressive. You don't even see their faces. They got private pages and all that shit. You feel what I'm saying? And these people have taken on a persona, which is the persona that was once attacking them. And they now use it to attack people, but they don't do it in real life. I'm saying that because now when you see what that can translate to just from the digital shit, what does this come from when we watched as boys? We grew up without having this. And by this, I mean the respect factor. By not having this respect factor that kept us grounded, that's supposed to keep us grounded as men. And again, it's not the respect factor of I had respect and you disrespected me. Mm-mm. That's a whole different can of worms. It's like you don't respect me at all. And here's why I'm saying that, because now when I'm growing up as a little black boy, I have to hear, you got to work twice as hard to have half as much. Damn. And in a world where respect isn't given, it is earned. Respect isn't given, it is earned, and it's relative. It's relative to the status of the person. Because they say respect isn't given, it's earned contingent upon what status you achieve or receive or move to with that respect. If you earn respect but it doesn't move your status, your respect ain't shit. You see what I'm saying? It's like, I hate to say it because I want to get canceled and shit, but it's like being the tallest midget or the tallest little person. You feel what I'm saying? You can't get rewarded for that. Like, because does it really count? I mean, it does, but does it? You feel what I'm saying? So now, when we're in a space where every day, just imagine, respect is given. I mean, respect is earned and not given. And all your life, the thing that you search for. when it comes to the self, this is for men and women. Sisters, if y'all listening, huddle up. If not, because it's so for conversations. But if a man's purpose is supposed to lead him into how he should be respected by the world, a woman's purpose is supposed to lead her into how she is to be loved in the world. How that man is respected and how that woman is loved is supposed to come together, create a union that merges not only their purposes, but their entire realities and bloodlines. Respect is to men, what love is to women. It's little transcendental shit. I can show you how to break this down in the chakras, tree of life type shit. It's really how it is. So when we have to earn, this is where look I'm gonna show y'all where the quandary, like I'm gonna show y'all how systematic this shit is designed to where it happens in every household. Because first off, send the mothers and the fathers back to work or whatever the case may be, but I'm gonna sever the tie. You see what I'm saying? They were when the women's suffrage movement get the women working again and shit like that. I don't think that was, I don't know whose idea that was, but I know whose idea wasn't. You feel what I'm saying? But in using that women's suffrage movement, it separated the woman from the child, from her son or whatever. But in that separation, right now, and it separated for the daughters too, but in the separation from the kids, neither child is getting the very magnet that pulls them. Our magnet that pulls us as men and little black boys is respect. We are magnetized towards what we feel is respecting us. Women are magnetized towards what they're feeling is loving them. So when we're looking at that part being deprived, in a world where every day they teach us to love the women, just off rip, be a lover, be a ladies' man, be a lover's boy, be all of these things. They teach us this from the jump, but respect is to be earned by us. Okay. That means that in order for me, anything that somebody gives me in regards to respect is conditional. It's conditional, contingent upon what it is that I have achieved and what my status is at that time. So this is why women can say, boy, bye, not with them shoes on. This is why, what's the girl name? Perry, something like that. But whatever it is, she talks about how, she be talking about how on Instagram and TikTok and all this stuff, like, it's women that are sixes that are behaving like tens, shitting on men that are sixes, that could be tens, but he hasn't made his status to a 10 yet. Right. And in this regard is because at the end of the day, because this shit is relative, a woman who's a 6 can be a 10 in somebody's eyes, depending to the level of the man that has met the respect. But I'm using this because now you have the love side that is automatically defaulted to women, but you have the respect side that men have to earn. Now, as I go through school and I'm going through my developmental phases, I don't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no cars, clothes, hoes, nothing. So it's just everything is, you're relying on your physical attraction first. That's the first point that we got to build ourselves, and then we got to find that peace in that. But again, if you're not even in that physical space, you're either going to be physically attractive or you're going to be funny. Class clown type shit. It's something you're going to be as a kid to find a way to keep attention on yourself. And we're not realizing it's because we're magnetized towards what respect is. It's not love. It's respect. And respect is what you receive. Respect is the reverence towards something important, something that is deemed important. As men, being problem solvers or whatever, we need to feel important. And I'm not even going to say need to feel important. We need to find ourselves to be dependable. We don't need to be depended on. We need to be able to find ourselves dependable. That is one of our life's missions. Naturally, everything else that is based off analysis and deconstruction, naturally what we're here to put down is for us to find that. Many of us do, some of us don't. But it all still stems from the same root that the magnet begins pulling us when we're kids, when we're little boys. And if we're not respected, what happens? Right? Nobody got respect from what? Kindergarten to kindergarten to 5th grade and shit. We don't start getting our respect, and this is when the cycle say, "Oh, you're coming in middle school, you're changing, you're evolving." They tell you, they start programming you ahead of time, so you start finding your clique. They never tell you to find yourself. They never tell you to sit with yourself and be yourself and embrace who you are. Takes you further away from the respect thing, but pulls you deeper towards the aspect of love is defaulted. So the girls are now having to dress a certain way. You're still having to find that. You're still figuring out certain shit. So now, at this point, you're little in middle school. You got to have hands or you got to have hoes. It's developing. Or you got to be the lady. Well, lazy man is having hoes. It's one of those two. And then having hoes will extend that to being physical. So that's playing sports and shit. But up until that point, you didn't have that. So now we're literally creating the classism right now. I'm not even gonna add the colorism yet, but we already have the classism right there. You feel me? This is one of the reasons why I don't brag about it, but I don't brag about it, but I'm not ashamed of it either. But this is why I toot my horn on the point that I didn't do none of the shit that the popular people that got respect did, and I was still with them. You know what I'm saying? I had the same girls they had. I ran in the same circles they had, but I ain't do none of the shit they did. It was the je ne sais quoi, but it was more so what I was respected for me. You know what I'm saying? I was respected for me because I had got nuggets early. Remember, I told you the big homie that told me that I was 12 years old. I never forget it. When he found out I smoked cigarettes, he was like, "Why you smoke?" And I was like, "Cause everybody else is doing it." And you know what I'm saying? Just wanted to fit in. He was like, "The best way of fitting in is to stand out." Not only have I been walking to the beat of my own drum since then, I've been turning that motherfucker up and asking you if you can hear the motherfucking beat. You hear that shit? That bitch noggin. But that's why I was able to sit in those spaces. But as I sat amongst those men, I realized that they didn't have anything. Right? I talk frequently to people about, when did you notice that you went from a boy to an adult? Nobody seems to have the answer for me. Like, is it a year? They've been teaching us and shit for a long time that it's a certain year. Mm-mm. This is why it's important to understand spirituality from a much higher perspective, because in ancient times, whenever they talked about ages, the age was always relative because they honored the law of relativity. So when you consider a child, an adult, and an elder, it was never a sequential thing. It was an experiential thing. 10,000 hours makes you a professional. So where do you think that puts you in regards to being a child, adult, and an elder if you are a professional? They give you these different terms and shit to throw you off from the reality, because sometimes the core is easy. So now when I say child, you literally think up to 18 years old. After 18, I'm no longer a child. From 19 up until, let's say 50, not 55, because that's when you become a senior citizen. So from 19 up until 55, you know what I'm saying? Now you're an adult, so they tell you. And then from 55 to death, now you're the elder. But the whole time, because you looked at it contextually as a point of time and duration as opposed to experience, you never experienced anything, so you remained a child your entire life. I seen something very, very important, and this is going to shift the conversation but a little bit, but it's going to take it back. There's a phrase that says God protects fools and children. God protects fools and children. So when grown adults, quote unquote, are telling you that God still protects them, what are they really saying? Are they the fool or the child? Now, this is not to say God's going to remove your hand from you, whatever the case may be, but there's a certain criteria for that level of protection. If you are a fool or you are a child, that means there's a level of ignorance that you don't have. I mean, that you maintain about yourself. But it's a level of innocence that you maintain about yourself, right? So when we consider the child, not as an age, but as a point of experience, when as a boy did you feel like you had enough experience to move yourself into another phase of life? Not when you can pay bills, not when you're like, when you actually experientially Experientially, I said that wrong the first time. Experientially, when did you say, okay, I experience what it is to be a boy, what it is to be innocent, what it is to be naive, what it is to be unknowing of anything? But what have you done that with your life to transition into other things? Many of us haven't. So with that being said, if many of us have not reached that point yet, and that little boy that was once 4 and 5 years old is still looking for respect, where do you think we fall? Now y'all wonder why some of y'all are the fuck boys and shit. Fuck boys are still the little boys who finally got their respect. And it just happened to be dogging women now. I can finally get women. That's why for the motherfuckers who was hoes already, it don't appeal to us. Yes, I snitch. Yes, I tell the stories about dogging women out and being a hoe and doing that shit because I was a teenager when I was doing that shit. I was wrong then, but I was a teenager still nonetheless. Y'all are just now starting to do shit that motherfuckers was doing when they was kids so they can stay out the way now. You feel what I'm saying? But that ties into your younger boy getting respected. Because you got to earn that respect. If that little boy never earned that, because again, that little boy is the child part of yourself. Child part of your essence is based off your experience, nothing less. It's not your age. You could be a 50-year-old child, 60-year-old child. You could be a 3-year-old elder because it's based off your experience with anything that you're speaking on. People look at the time that if you've been on this earth longer than me and you don't have as many experiences as me, you sucked. You sucked. But as a man, as a boy, I still have to earn the experiences that give me the respect that I need. So what do? I have to follow my imagery. What's getting respect right now? Rappers and athletes and comedians. So what am I going to be in school? If I can't play sports and shit, I'm not going to play sports. You feel what I'm saying? I might join band or some shit. No, because the band is fucking corny until you go to college. If you don't, you know what I mean? So I can't do that shit. What am I going to do? I could be the class clown because then I could be funny and shit, but now I'm getting rolled up and shit. What gets me respected? Nobody looks at that. Because now, whatever was getting me respect from birth till 7 and now while I'm in school up until 3rd grade, that's where I'm locked in at. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. I've been a ladies' man all my life. I don't know what grew me to it. I've always just, I don't know. Maybe it's because my older brother never wanted to kick it with me. He always sent me to hang with my sister and I hung with her and her friends. So I was always around women, always around girls and shit. You feel me? But that little boy, I started getting respect from that. Because then my conversation got bigger, it got better and shit. And, you know, over time, that's when I started getting my respect in one regard. But you stay in that pocket. This is why you got motherfuckers that relive their glory days. That's the time when I was respected. Yo, you remember when I broke that record and shit and I caught that motherfucking pass and I ran that bitch back twice on them back in 78. All right, what you do since then? Shit, man, took care of my kids and work. Sometimes people don't understand the self-respect that you may or may not have for yourself based off your own accomplishments based off of when you like whatever it is that you accomplish. This shit translates to reality, homie. This shit translates into reality. And if you're not being respected as a man, you have to try to find it in some way, shape, or form. And when you don't find it, you have to stay at a level where it's at. Ain't no life there. Because now, your ambition ain't there. Your drive ain't there. You feel what I'm saying? But again, tying this back, I'm making sure y'all understand what I'm saying is we're defaulted to love women while we have to earn respect. We're defaulted to love women while women we have to earn the respect of women, yo. Now, this is not me bitching the moment saying women respect me, homie. I be having to bring some shit back to reality sometimes, yo. Not to be funny, not to be real. This is a heart-to-heart moment for here. Sometimes the shit does not apply to me that I be talking about, but I observe it and I understand how it can be problematic. You feel what I'm saying? Some of this shit does not apply to me. So I don't want y'all to think that a violin is playing right now and I'm flashbacking to when I was a little kid and I didn't get no, I didn't have to glow up. You feel what I'm saying? I had to calm the fuck down. Do you hear what I'm talking about? You feel what I'm saying? Celibacy was a choice and a decision, my guy. I didn't have to. You feel me? It's like, yo, why you stop playing, bro? Like, it ain't like you got injured or something. Like, you know what I mean? Ego post, ego moment right there. But I'm just saying because I don't want it to feel like, you know what I mean? That's where I'm coming off with this shit. But I'm showing you something because I'm showing you what what I'm observing transpires when you get older. Because now, why don't black men hate? Why do black men hate black women? Why do black men? Because we have black men hate black women because black boys were not respected by the girls they loved. Dun, 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 dun. It's like we grew up in a fucked up culture. We grew up in a fucked up culture. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, it's like the slim picking. It's like they create us to be survival of the fittest, not to. And now it's competitive too. It's competitive too. So now there's other factors that got to play in this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's other factors that got to play in that shit. Because now, what do I get my respect for? I'm 8. Nigga, I don't fucking know. We all got Pokemon cards. We all play Game Boys. We all like, I'm 8. What the fuck am I going to get my respect for? And then now I'm going to get it and I got to repeat it again next year. I got to repeat it again next year. Every year there's a new, like, the thing about, like, when women want, like, all she has to do is stick to her image or follow another Instagram chick and do whatever. Like, I have to, like, it's like a subscription for us. We ain't got no, like, we got to renew our respect every year. Even during the year, look, bro, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, yo. You can have a 0-4 record, a 4-0 record and shit with your knuckle game. Get beat up one motherfucking time and you can't fight no more. You feel me? Damn, yo, remember he beat him up, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, but you can beat that, you can be the quietest motherfucker. You beat that one motherfucker up and now you got your respect. Nobody fuck with you no more. Our respect is continually challenged and we have to continually earn something that should be defaulted to us. You know what I'm saying? Respect people enough to just to treat them right. You dig what I'm saying? And they wonder why we end up heartless, rude, and animalistic because we were unrespected. Again, disrespect is one thing. Like they be looking at, oh, these men are sassy. These men are this, that, and the third. Why these men get so volatile? It's one thing to disrespect the man. It's one thing to disrespect the man, but to violate a man who never had respect, he's responding differently. These men ain't crazy. They're not respected. Y'all, I don't think y'all have been in a situation like this because I know, a lot of women don't think they like this. But again, this is another ego, John. You feel what I'm saying? Like, all women are crazy if they can. All women are crazy to the right dude. No, let me say that the other way. All women get crazy for the wrong person. The wrong dude to bring out the crazy in them. You dig what I'm saying? The wrong dude can push a woman's love to make her do the same shit that a woman can push a man's respect to make him do. A lot of women, I hear it frequently on social media and shit. If you ever turn a man down, you're going to see this, that, and the third. But a lot of women, because women don't get turned down as much again, because their love does not have to be earned. We see them and instantly want to speak. They see us and then formulate a wall in front of us. What does that say? Why? How can I end up protecting somebody like that or something like that who does that to me? I have to approach her with my guards down and give her all kind of praises just to earn a hello back. Come on, think about that. How does that translate as a child growing up? It sounds good when we older. Oh, man up and shit like that and shit. But it's been going on since I was a kid. They always teach you to grow a tough skin. but they never teach you about the cold heart that comes with it. You hear that all the time. You got to have a tough skin. You got to have a tough skin. You got to have a tough skin. Forgetting fucking reptiles are cold blooded. So now I've had this tough skin since I was 4. I know I keep jumping from 4, 6, 8 and shit. I was a kid, damn it. Elementary school era. Now I've had this cold heart since what you think had this tough skin, and the tough skin just makes my heart colder and colder and colder and colder and colder. So now I grow up, I'm not respected. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all wonder why the nerds are so uptight. Now y'all fucking wonder why Bill Gates want to kill everybody. He still ain't respected. With all that he's doing and all that he's accomplishing, he's still not respected, and it's pissing him off. It's worse than disrespect. Everybody keeps talking about toxic masculinity and shit, cussing women out. No, 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 no. This is a whole different level. Look at this level of toxicity. He wants to kill the world because nobody respects him. Everybody uses his products, but nobody respects him. Dude, you got an ego issue at that point. Everybody has to use your products. I'm recording your shit right. I'm recording through your shit right now. Windows, motherfucker. It's either that or your competition. You feel what I'm saying? But everybody got to use your shit. But he, again, is a pivotal level of understanding what it is when a little boy is unrespected and grows up to be a disrespectful man. Grew up to be a disrespectful man. So now you can't necessarily you can get mad when, women get disrespected, but now you have to figure it. Now we're starting to dig with the root where that shit comes from. It ain't just issues with his mama. It ain't just issues with that. It's the fact that now I got to come to you in this situation. Now, nobody's going to hear this shit. Nobody's going to hear me. Nobody's going to listen to what I'm saying. But I got to hear, now when we come in this situation, it's you and me talking. Now, you done had your sister circles, all of this empower shit. And now you come into with this guard and you're not respecting me from the jump. Now, I hear it all the time. Again, my brothers, I listen. Shit don't happen to me, but I listen. Feel me? Not that it can't happen to me. It just doesn't happen to me. It didn't happen to me yet. But we come into these situations and we got to practice humility while they're practicing a level of arrogance that was charged up from their sister circle. You see what I'm saying? None of these sister circles can functionally tell you how to converse with a man, how to be with a man, or whatever the case may be. But now you're taking their advice and bringing it to a situation. Oh, I'm the queen here. I'm goddess this. I'm this, that, and third. And ain't nothing wrong with that. But understand that if you on a date with somebody that you open up the portal to, y'all are now mirrors of one another. So see them as your equal. But that's not what happens. That's not what happens. And as men, we see that because we had to see that since we were little boys. We don't let that shit go. We know what that looks like. We know, just like women got certain triggers, we got certain triggers that stem from our childhood too. And certain things can't be healed because they have now become personality traits. And I get it, that's just the way I am. You can say, no, I'm not speaking in regards to that. I'm speaking in regards to a response to a society. Certain forms of your personality are cause and effect. And they will not change because your environment and your society cannot change. What I'm about to say next is going to get crazy. And the reason why the respect is like what it is for the black boys, because this is the culture we in. The culture was designed like this because this is where the competition is. If we know that racism is a systematic thing of oppression, what the fuck, again, tying it back, what the fuck do you think is happening to the black boy if the black man is... I'm a grown ass black man and I don't like fighting this shit. And I can fight this shit because I'm old enough and I have the resources and I have the skills to stand firm against this shit. But I'm only breaking even against this motherfucker. Here's a little boy who has to go into the school, the same systems that I had to go through, same shit that I had to go through over and over and over again. He has to fight it alone because he has to fight for respect. My teachers don't respect me because I have to earn it. When they speak to me a certain way, I have to learn how to shut up. I can't speak my mind. I can't say we be wanting vocal men, but mute boys. They want us to be confident men who speak with authority, but raise boys who can only speak when spoken to. They're uh, speaking with authority comes with practice. Damn it, as a motherfucker who can do this shit, it comes with fucking practice. You have to do what? Speak with authority. It's not just speaking. People think like, okay, I want a man who can command a room when he walks in. Okay, he has to practice commanding rooms. But when he's a kid, you tell him to shut up or he's talking too much. How can he perform at his best when he doesn't even know what his best is? Because his best is limited by the fact that he's a kid. It's like, I want you to grow up to be this type of person, but I don't want you to start learning how to do it now. You think it's just gonna fall into my lap? Like Venus and Serena. Their daddy said they're gonna be the best in tennis. Every day he put them in tennis. Every day they were doing tennis. Every day they were like, we have an expectation of ourselves, but we don't even have the wherewithal to give us a structured system to make it happen. But again, we're going to demand that a boy earn something that he has no means to generate within himself. He's excited to get his first job if he decides to get it. And then wonder why motherfuckers get lost in these video game worlds. Like, the fuck? Makes sense. It's safe. It's safe as hell. And these people respect me. And again, this ties it into the video game world because instantly I just thought about this. Well, what about they getting online and shit with the little kids that be cussing them out, calling them nigga shit? Again, it's better to be disrespected than it is to be not respected at all. Yeah, you may cuss me out, call me nigga, whatever the case may be over this live stream. But one, I know that you respect me enough to say it on a live stream because you wouldn't say it in my face. And two, I'm whooping your motherfucking ass. That's what makes you say it like that. So you're trying to throw me off my game because I'm busting your ass. So again, as fucked up as it is still far better to be respected than to not be respected at all. It's different. People forget that what happens when what a child sees when he grows up, what a child sees when whatever he internalizes, he becomes. And when we internalize that we were never respected, but we watched what everybody else was respecting. I don't think people pay attention to how observant boys are, especially with our masculinity naturally being analysis and deconstruction. All we do is pay attention to shit. A lot of us won't admit it. A lot of us know a lot of shit. We just keep our motherfucking mouths closed because we've already observed and analyzed and deconstructed a lot. And we just held on to it. But we don't express it. We don't exhibit it because we never moved anywhere beyond it. But because we have no reason to, because we haven't been respected enough to start magnetizing ourselves towards what we need to go to. So right now we just have a lot of raw materials. You know what I'm saying? And this shit starts from when we're boys. How many times have you exhibited your passion, and everything got told to shut up? Too excited. You know what I'm saying? They've been muting us since we was kids, which is important because if you mute them, then you can't communicate. I can't communicate. And I don't even know that I'm being disrespected. I just know that I'm angry. You feel me? The equivalent of disrespect to a heartbreak, you know what I'm saying, is a betrayal. That is the equivalent of heartbreak. Cause it's like, yo, nigga, that's the ultimate level of disrespect. Heartbreak is to love, or betrayal is to disrespect or respect. You feel what I'm saying? That's what that comes from. So now, I'm not saying you want to feel this, but if you're not, you'll never get to the point where you'll have a connection with a person who they feel the need to betray you. I know it's like, I don't want to be betrayed. I know you don't want to be betrayed, but the level of connection that someone has to respect you in order to cross the line to disrespect you. You feel what I'm saying? And then create the rift, that's different. That's different than not even having the potential to be observed at all. You feel what I'm saying? It's crazy. I was watching, look, One of my guilty pleasures and shit is not even guilty, but it's definitely a pleasure. Is I watched this show called Dragon Ball Abridged, right? So it's like a parody of Dragon Ball Z. So one of the episodes and shit, they was redoing Cell fighting Trunks, and so Cell dusted him off and shit, and he was about to kill him. Then he stopped, and then Trunks just said, "Go ahead and kill me," and Cell was like, "Nah." It was like, "This is worse. Like if I kill you, I end what I just did to you. Now knowing that you got to live with this shit, that's worse. That's worse. That's a different level of that's a different level of how that's a different association of respect because when you're not even I said that to say it's like imagine when you're not even worthy enough to now mind you, this is in the Dragon Ball era, this is Trunks. Like at the time with the Cell Saga, he's one of the top 5 fighters there, and he's not enough. And not only is he not enough, he's not even worth the kill. In this show, the villains kill niggas. Like the villain said, I don't even want to kill you. Damn. I don't even respect you enough to finish the job. That's crazy. That's crazy. Tying that back in, that's what the fuck Frieza felt. After Goku said, I'm done, nigga just stopped fighting. It was just like, yo, you're not even a challenge no more. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's a different level of disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not disrespect. You're not even respecting me anymore. You're not even respecting me enough to keep, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, you're not even a challenge no more. You're nothing to me. And you're not even enough to kill. Despite the fact that you was going to kill this entire galaxy, you already blowing up this motherfucking planet. You're not even worth the kill to me. Imagine internalizing that in regards to your respect. I'm not even enough for you to disrespect. Again, this is that passive aggressive shit. They be like, why does a lot of shit, volatile shit happen in the hood? Because it's passive aggressive and it's subtle. Passive aggressive shit hit just as hard as aggressive shit hit. But motherfuckers don't pay attention to it because passive aggressive shit stems from sticks and stones may break your bones. There's little shit that'll hit you so hard that it's because I am not respected. You didn't disrespect me. You showed me that you didn't respect me at all. It's different. It's different. Because you show me that I'm not even worth the respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, and there's little subtle shit that you can say that can be planted within the kid, and it makes him volatile the older he gets. So again, I use the example of the child. I use that. When did you stop becoming that little boy who's still craving that respect? You just kind of, next thing you know, you got it. At what age was that for you? At what time was that for you when you finally got your shit right? Because that shows how long that little boy was unrespected, which is now going to determine the potential and the propensity for him to blow up and be disrespectful. Because now bitch, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. You wasn't with me shooting in the gym. No matter how much I said I was going to ball, no matter how much, like, you didn't even show up to the gym. You wasn't there. And now all of a sudden you want to show up. That's different. That's different. But that's what we now internalize as men when we get older. Now that fear comes in. You don't want me for me. You want me for my status. You want me for, we now know. And this is when I think this is a moment of clarity for us. And I think it hits hard and low-key it numbs us in a sense where we realize we are just an object, which is why we objectify women. I know my entire relationship with a woman is conditional. As a boy, I've internalized it's conditional and it's transactional. I've learned that as a boy when I was trying to gain my respect. I've learned that a long time ago. So now, as an adult, what do I do with that information? As a legal adult, this is another thing. This is why they put legal on shit. Oh, you're a legal adult now. You may not be a real adult, but you're a legal adult because you, from experience, you have not reached enough to an adult, but you're over 18. So, no way. Whatever. You dig what I'm saying? So they put the legalities on it to avoid the realities. But when you look at that, You're an adult now. You're an adult who's who's been on the same quest for the same thing but didn't know that you wasn't supposed to be running for it. So now you're in a competitive world. You now may be upper echelonian. Now you are one of those. You get to flex now. Hey, bro, for real though, at some point we gotta stop talking to women about masculinity and start talking to each other about it. And I mean really talk to each other. Not as enablers and co-signers, but as men trying to reach the pinnacle of our essence. And that's what the So Frail series does. So Frail 1 is the definition. So Frail 2 is the acknowledgement. And So Frail 3 is the resolution. If you rock with the So Frail conversations, I can guarantee you will rock with the So Frail series of books. So visit IamJustSaying.com right now so you can add the series to your library. I promise you will never look at masculinity the same again, and you're going to stop wasting your time arguing with women about it. This is a conversation that men need to have between men, and it's time we start having this conversation now. You get the flex. They say, why are a lot of men assholes with money? The high value men are assholes. What? Why are they assholes? They earn the right to be an asshole. I get it. We don't like it. We don't like it. It's like, oh, that's rude. That's toxic and shit like this. It's reciprocal. The problem is the reciprocity delayed. We didn't give it back the moment it was given to us. We took it in and unleashed it when we had it. That's the difference, and that's the problem, and that's what's happening with our boys. That's what happens to a lot of us. We grew up in that shit. We internalized the having no respect. We internalized the having no respect. We couldn't unleash it in the moment. But wait till I get my money, right? We know what we're doing. Soon as we get in position. Or why you change up? Because I wasn't respected when I was at my low. You feel me? I wasn't respected when I was at my low. Fuck what you talking about. You got me fucked up. And now that I'm at my high, you're going to respect me. But now we don't look at respect for what it is. Because now we know that, all right, nobody ever respected me as a person, so now they have to respect me as a symbol. I'm the symbol now. I'm no longer a being. I'm no longer the little boy. I'm no longer under that. I'm the symbol. A lot of us, I don't think we come to terms with the fact that we develop ourselves to become a symbol. And if we do not maintain that symbol forever, we lose our position. Again, as men, we already defaulted from little boys to love women for nothing. From little boys. Now, in a roundabout way, we grow up to end up hating them because of this, but we're taught that. And that's not the same. Now I get older, and now I have to maintain this position. Because if I don't, she can make the choice. I'm just not into it anymore. Wow. Women are getting divorces for irreconcilable differences. You don't respect me enough to reconcile these differences. I get it, infidelity or whatever the case may be. That's different. But irreconcilable differences, what is that? What does that mean? I don't respect you anymore. You look at the aftermath of divorces. Men take it harder than women sometimes. Women get the kids, get the house, get all of that shit. The half shit, let me tell y'all why half fucking hurts so much. You didn't respect me enough. No. Where I thought you once respected me, you're now cleaning me out. You're taking everything from me. Taking my kids, you're taking everything, the alimony, because I created a lifestyle and everything. This fear is prevalent. And I get it, women, but y'all ain't got nothing. You see what I'm saying? You see how wired it is to disrespect men? But it's not that you disrespecting men. You're disrespecting what you deem to be a boy. Bow. That's something we don't really pay attention to as men. A lot of this cultural shit is like certain shit. Like, this is why y'all hear me say it. sometimes I understand the culture, but again, don't call me a boy because I get like the programming that we have. Even when you call me a man, you perceive me as a boy and don't even realize that you do it because that's how you've already been programmed. So when we get older, our relationships weren't designed this way. If you fuck with the man, see again, y'all that are listening to me right now, the sisters that are listening to me right now, because I know y'all creeping in here, but the sisters that are listening to me right now, they fuck with me. You see what I'm saying? So my response to them will be different. So they probably wouldn't say some shit like that to me. You know what I'm saying? Because they fuck with me. But when they don't fuck with you, which is the case for most of us, you see what I'm saying? You got to deal with that shit. You ain't shit. You ain't on this level like, yo, you perceive me as a boy, but want me to deem you as a queen. And see, this is where the universality comes in because it's like we don't see each other universally like that. We only see who we're attracted to like that. I do a moment to pause, but y'all can take how y'all want to. We don't really respect, like, we say shit like, because I remember when the shit was popping before they gentrified woke, but remember when they just be like, black woman is God and black man is God, but what were the pictures? It wasn't the average Joe type motherfuckers. I mean, the average John Tays and shit. It wasn't the average John Tay type motherfuckers and shit, but you feel me? It was motherfuckers that we are not. It's imagery. So now, women, well, you did it to us. Because, no, y'all created that image. Y'all created that image and y'all chased it. We was comfortable with whatever was thrown our ways. Because look, when you look at the evolution of the video woman and shit, look at the evolution of the video woman. She went from small to thick to fake. But she transformed according to what? Not us. We didn't want this shit. This was the attention that they wanted. And it translated. Right? But in that translation, they made those adjustments. They can literally make those adjustments physically and keep getting that. We can't. You see what I'm saying? Like I just seen another post today that said, shorty said, if a man is not 6 feet, he can't come in my house. And so the dude snapped back. He put a scale outside of the door. If you over a certain weight, you can't. It's like that's so wrong. It's actually not, because biologically, scientifically, I can't grow no more. You can lose weight whenever you decide to. I just seen a dude, he was 5'5", he got leg lengthening surgery and shit. That shit broke my heart. I said, bro, you don't have when your body grows and develops, this kind of connects to the posture episode. They can lengthen his bones all day long. They can even extend his muscles just a little bit, but his nervous system is built to the length of his body. He was 5'5". That means his nervous system was 5'5". What the fuck you think is going to happen when he now becomes 6'4"? He ain't go up 6'4", y'all. He ain't go up that. I'm dramatic. I'm just saying. Your nervous system ain't going to extend. But this is the roundabout way. This is a grown man deciding to do this because the little boy was never respected for being tall because he was short. And now that he got the leg surgery and everything and shit like that, now he's going to start. Now that little boy that always wanted to be respected for his height is finally going to be respected for his height. But he's well beyond his little boy age. But he's still a little boy because he's a child. Because you don't stop being the child until you start having the experience. You see what I'm saying? You have to experience respect to understand how to deal with it. You see what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy. We look at how women treat us and shit. And it's not it's the little boy that has the biggest problem. Not that. That's where the disconnect is. When they started taking the fathers out of the home, that's what it was. At least with a father in the home, I can be the little boy. But at the same time, I still have something to strive to be, for one. But at the same time, even to the minute, to the smallest thing, my father will respect me because he sees himself in me. You know, hey, let's go do some push-ups because you got to be stronger. Go play some sports or whatever the case may be. He at least sees something in me that is in him. So that's the first bit of respect I can get. So I don't have to look for love. So now they're telling you guys got to love the boys a little bit harder. I don't give a fuck about love. Love is not keeping me out. I want fucking respect. I will kill a nigga to be respected. It's crazy. This is what I'm about to say next is so wild. For respect, a black man will kill. I'll kill a nigga for respect, and a woman will create a life for love. If that's not the duality of us, I don't know what the fuck is as what the impetus of the powers of respect and love really are at their cores. A man will take a life for his respect, and a woman will create one for her love. Mm, mm. Alpha and Omega, beginning and end. Do y'all see? I'm telling y'all, I can go down different points with this shit, bro. I'm not a surface level type motherfucker when it comes to this esoteric shit no more. Like, well, I've probably never been, but I'm just saying. So now, these are like divine points of creation. You know what I'm saying? A man is willing to kill for his respect, and a woman is willing to create life. A man will take life for his respect, and a woman will give life for her love. You feel me? I know vice versa. A woman will still kill for her love too, right? What are you talking about? Just like a man. Shut the fuck up and listen to what the fuck I'm saying. The extremes of what it is. Because now it still goes the other side. For that respect, a man will create life. And for the same totality, for that love, a woman will take life. But it's different perspectives of what the impetus is coming from. But respect and love is the same thing, because respect is to men, what love is to women. Those are two things that are undeniable, and we share the same reality of the absolute of what we'll do with those two things. So now with love sitting at the heart chakra, hate sitting at the heart chakra, and we know that, but we also know that love and respect is to men. We know what love is to women, respect is to men, whatever, blah, blah, blah. When that is heart chakra energy, and those are the highest, like, think about that. Because now we take it from the energy feelings to the emotions to the heart chakra energy to the, so your feelings or whatever, life, the ultimate reality of life, once you get to heart chakra energy, is the decision to kill or destroy. I mean, to kill or create, build or destroy. The ultimate reality of love is either going to lead you to create something or destroy something. The ultimate reality of respect is going to lead you to either kill something or you know what I'm saying, for that love and for that respect. And as boys, again, we had to earn this shit. I had to earn this shit. I have to earn it and I have to keep earning it. If I fall off, like, peep this. Snowfall. Franklin Saint. Growing up as a little boy, you know, you got to get that respect. Father's not there. Franklin reaches $73 million, pretty much runs the city, the county, to be honest with you. He pretty much runs the fucking county. And he loses it all. And now he's a homeless man. And when the young kids talk to him, they laugh at him. Because there's no respect there, because they have not seen what got him his respect in the first place. Oh, he's definitely disrespected by those because he knows the story, but because they don't know the story, they're not disrespecting him because they don't think there's a story there. OG tripping. I promise. After my conversation with the homeless man when I was in Philly and seeing the finale of Snowfall, I never, ever, 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 ever look at homeless people the same again. Never look at drug addicts the same again. I never look at none of that. Now, I'm not saying everybody was the motherfucking King of Persia or some shit like that. No. But at the same time, you know how this world can be. And so, like I was saying, like, for that fall, for Franklin to hit that point, and you know what I mean, now he's unrespected again. It's funny shit is, you know what I'm saying, but he was like, the sexy chocolate nigga like me can't keep a bitch. You feel what I'm saying? Now, granted, he's at the rock bottom, tank top, fucked up, clothes dirty and shit. You feel me? Eyes bloodshot and all of this shit. Like, it's like he's not the same Franklin. but he knows his soul. He's the same internal person. You dig what I'm saying? But externally, he's not that anymore. So externally, the respect is not the same. So the reason why I was saying that, to tie it back into the point that I was saying, like, our respect is always up for grabs, and we can always lose it at any moment. A woman's love will never be taken away from her. Now, that man that she may love can't take her love away, can't take that love away. But a woman can find love faster than a man can find respect. And put money on it. A woman could spend a block on a motherfucker who had a crush on her in high school faster than the man can get respect. Because respect is earned. What do I have to continually do? So that means that if I'm not earning my respect, I will not be respected. As a man, I can deal with that. As a man, I can deal with that. Because it's like, man, I ain't tripping. Suck it up. Tough skin. I'm cold-hearted because of this shit. Whatever. But the little boys, they're not cold-hearted yet. They don't even have tough skin. What's about to happen to the little boy that we're not giving any respect to? Is he going to pick up a mentality of fuck these motherfuckers? They don't care about me. Like, a tough skin is a motherfucker until you get cold-hearted. Now, when I'm snapping off on women in public because her rejection is like, why are men so volatile? Okay, you grew up as an unrespected man, and the moment I just say something to you, hey, how you doing? And I don't think women understand they looks, because again, it don't always happen to me. So some of the women that look at me aren't like, that doesn't happen. It does happen. You're only saying that because you're not thinking about the men that you don't do it to. No, let me say that wrong. You're only thinking about the men that you don't do it to. You see what I'm saying? Because you don't even know your face is disgusted sometimes. We have to see that shit. It's like, hey, how you doing? Whoa, okay. Now, off that, it's like, damn, I can only imagine what's going through your mind right now. But I know social media and other shit's going to be up there. Now you tell them, now you're going to record it. You're going to say, now I'm going to cuss you out. Okay, I get it. It's fucked up. Don't get me wrong. But you only see the context of social media and you don't see the cause and the effect. You don't see the full picture. You don't see how fucked up our culture is because of this. Because now he cussing you out, calling you a bitch, saying now you recorded me and shit. You trying to expose me. You trying to see what these men do. These are people who have a little boy who grew up, who was unrespected and became a disrespectful man. Bitch, fuck you. Dramatically. You see what I'm saying? We don't question why when a woman was deprived of love, she gets up, she grows up and becomes a hoe. Now she's promiscuous, fucking and everything, and keep calling it sexual liberation and shit like that. That's okay. Oh, she was deprived of love. We get that. We can make that connection. But we don't make the connection that a little boy that was not respected grows up to be violent because he's not respected. You should be able to control that, but she's not be able to control her promiscuity because it's emotion. She's looking for love. She's looking, what the fuck you think I'm looking for? Respect. And respect is to men what love is to women. And if as a little black boy I'm growing up and I am not respected by anything around me and every day I have to earn it, it gets tiresome, bro. Imagine this, bro. Damn, just think about this, yo. You're not going to be respected the way you feel you should start being respected until you get your first salary job. Put that in context. And sisters, if y'all nosy and y'all listening in right now, like, just check this out. Think about when you were able to start being respected. You were respected from the jump, so much so that you were encouraged to respect yourself as a young lady. So it's different. But for us, on the other hand, we constantly had to earn our respect. For some of us, we was fighting for our respect forever, and we didn't start to get until we landed our first job, got our first apartment, got our first car, got all of this shit, and it stayed, and we had it. Not the shit we lost, none of that shit. Like, when we got that shit, that is the exact moment when we started getting respect. Sit with this, my broskies, if you're listening to it. You don't have to say this out loud. You ain't got to say it to me. What age were you when that happened? I was in my 20s for that to happen to me. When I was finally in the space to consistently be respected. I was in my mid-20s for that to happen to me. Mid-20s for that to happen to me. By that time, I had already been in med school. By that time, I had a bachelor's degree in forensic biology. By that time, I had all this shit, and I still was not respected until that moment. That's just me personally. But the culture has us wired for all of us to be going through that. Some of us don't have that point where we ever get to where we're respected, because we're still on the come up of trying to get to cleaning up so much shit and fixing so much other shit, but getting to the point where everything is fluidly flowing and the world is now respecting you the way you feel you should be respected. A lot of us don't feel that shit until our 20s. It's crazy. It's crazy. So now, when that little boy who was unrespected is not respected until he's in his 20s, against a world where women, along this quest, he's been taught to love women every time. Love women from the jump. Start pouring your emotions. We're taught from the jump to court women, to cater to women, to love, to show affection. And we're taught from the beginning to do all of the necessary things that lead up to love from the jump. But we're not respected until we prove all of the things that equal love. That makes no sense. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not collaborative. It's not none of that shit. It don't work. You see what I'm saying? So now we're doing this from the time we're kids, when we don't have respect, up until the time we get that first position, that first lockdown shit where we actually feel respected amongst everybody around us. Not just in certain pockets, okay, it's my classmates here because of this. No, when we feel that universal respect when we walk into the room. We have to go through all of that shit, and they wonder why we disrespectful when we older, and we finally get it. Because y'all, back then, they didn't want me. Mike Jones was the epitome of that shit. He made his whole brand out that shit. Like, these hoes didn't want me. He remember when he was trying, like, they didn't even respect me enough to take my number. So now I put my number on everything, and now you can't forget it. I still know that motherfucking number to this day. 281-330-8004. But then, back then, they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. Because you got a level of respect now. Y'all wonder why the fuck we show out? Because we couldn't show out in pockets like the cool kids did. I flirted every single year. I had the girls every single year. I was popular. I never had to wait. I didn't have to wait for the baddies. So now when I'm out, I can get out the game. Like, you feel what I'm saying? But some of them got out. Some of them can't get out of the game because they just not getting in, and the game is over for our age bracket. You see what I'm saying? Because now they finally got the confidence. They finally got that respect. Now they can go out and be respected. The glow up. That's crazy. That's crazy. Some of us don't get that until our mid to late 20s. Don't start it till our mid to late 20s. Because the whole time we were not respected. Now, these people that are not respected, you got to think about some of the shit. Now I get it. Have you ever laughed at a motherfucker who watched anime and shit? Wasn't respected. I get it. Some of them did stupid shit. Like, they ran down the hallways with the wings, like with the arms like Naruto and shit. Okay, cool. That doesn't mean that they shouldn't be respected. I learned that, if in the high school I went to, if they would ever shot that motherfucker up, they want to hit me. Because I fucked with everybody. So I talked to all walks of life people because I respected the person. You see what I'm saying? Even if the motherfuckers wasn't cool and shit, I respected the soul of the person. Because I'm like, yo, you cool. And then the respect was, you know what I'm saying, it was received. But I didn't respect you conditionally. I didn't respect you if it benefited me. I respect you because you're human. You see what I'm saying? All of us want that as boys. Respect me because I'm human, not because of what I do. Because if you got to respect me for what I do, you going to hate me. And you think I'm bullshitting, look at the community right now. The podcast scape, listen to these motherfuckers. Except me, but listen to these motherfuckers. And the only reason why I'm not like these motherfuckers because I healed. It's in here. It's in here, homie. You bet y'all better. Motherfuckers better be lucky I healed. and recovered. Damn it. Go check that episode out too. Healed, hurt, and recovered, because it is a 3-point process. But when I am not respected and I'm fighting for it, you best believe that I'm gonna be an asshole when I'm older. I'm gonna be an asshole when I finally get it. I'm gonna be an asshole. And the energy that I felt from everybody, I stored. It's stored. So when I feel that energy again, I'm dogging you. I'm dogging you because you feel just like that chick that played me that said I wasn't ready yet. You feel just like, oh, see, now these men are toxic, these men are sassy. No, 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 no. You gotta go back to the roots. It's cause and effect. Everybody talks about the effects and the aftermath. Nobody talks about the causes anymore. And that's why motherfuckers can't address the issue. This is the motherfucking cause. I have been fighting for my respect all of my motherfucking life to no avail. Imagine this, me being a motherfucker, and you can hear it when they talk. I'm gonna be, oh yeah, women like niggas hate street dudes because they do not respect them. Sit with that. Now we get back to the hierarchy for the racism. Street niggas ain't supposed to be respected, but those are the ones that all the women want. What the fuck is the problem? I'm mad at her because she liked the street. Why you think niggas? Oh, she got mad with the street, but they won't check the street niggas though. They keep telling y'all like, yo, y'all choosing bad shit, y'all picking from the bad, but yet you not telling the street niggas to elevate themselves so that you can start having better women. You not willing to check them niggas though. You know why? Because you afraid of the street niggas. Not only that, you don't respect the street niggas enough to actually go and have a conversation with them because you think they're beneath you. Oh yeah, I know. I done lived every walk of life. I know the mentalities of every one of the programmers and the matrices that we have. I fucks with everybody and I fucks with everything and I see everything that happens. I know I was that nigga in academia and it fucked me up because I'm hating myself. When my girlfriend at the time cheated on me, it was like it was a wake up call because the dude that she cheated on me was who I really was. I was like, damn. It hit me. It was like, damn, bro. It's like, I get it. Yeah, he was out of prison or whatever the case may be, whatever the case may be, he was a street nigga. That's what the fuck she got with me for. I stopped being a street nigga and I started looking down on street niggas. I started like, yo, nigga, man, I'm from that nigga. Y'all nigga need to elevate, nigga. We gotta stop doing that shit to our people. Yo, some people where they supposed to be. God, Allah, Jehovah, Krishna, Buddha, Jesus, Yeshua, all of them. You don't know where they put them people at. They where they supposed to be. Respect that. Respect that. And because we don't respect that, that's where the hierarchy starts and it goes. Because now I don't have to respect who I deem the bottom of the barrel. You put your own people at the bottom of the barrel. We view street niggas as it's crazy. We view street niggas as the bottom of the barrel and they're the template for the culture. Sit with that. Shut the fuck up. But sit with that for a second. I know what it's like to be the street nigga viewed on the outside like something wrong with you, like you stupid. I remember, I'd never forget this moment. It was like my freshman year in undergrad. We playing spades at the table and we talking about writing dissertations and shit for PhDs. I mean, I live in the honors hall. I'm in the honors program just like all of these people. So I'm having a conversation. Shorty looked me dead in my soul, in my face. Black woman. You feel what I'm saying? But I can tell because, the honor, they different. But you can tell the motherfuckers you can tell a smart motherfucker and you can tell a motherfucker who was in honors classes. Because they start, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, you wouldn't have hung with us. You wouldn't have hung with us. You would have hung with them and you would have shitted on us like you're trying to do now. So she says, you ain't gonna do no PhD. I'm like, fuck you mean? I ain't gonna do no PhD and shit like that. When I get serious and I get upset, I articulate very well. It's a gift. And I don't mean articulate from the sense like I start talking proper shit like that. It's like, nah, I get like real quiet and it gets like real, it's like a fucking monologue type shit. And it's like when I'm angry, because I don't like the inflections and I don't like the way emotions and shit make me feel when I'm losing control. So when I'm talking, I'm trying to keep all of that shit down. So I'm talking to her and they're like, wow, I know you didn't know because you don't have to show that you smart on the motherfucking time. But at the time, it's like the way that it's coming out. And I was like, she was like, yo, I'm sorry. I said, you are. And then we just kept playing spades. And it was like, because I was a street nigga, you view me negatively. Change your perspective. You feel what I'm saying? But it made you view me negatively. It made you view me in a way in which you did not have to respect. To look at me and tell me that you ain't gonna get no PhD. Like, you just told me I'm not smart enough to take my mind out. And it's not even about being smart. It's about discipline and being a hamster on the wheel. I could have did that shit 4 times over. You feel what I'm saying? But You're trying to like, you don't have enough respect for me to even think that I could do something like this. But no, it was like, oh, you live over here? You know how many times when I was in that shit, like my first, just within my freshman year, niggas like, cause look, I come back in the lobby high eating Skittles and shit and just chilling with people and shit. And they was like, yo, you live over here? I was like, yeah, I live right there. And then you know what I'm saying? It was like, you always be high. Well, I know. And I was like, how you live in honors hall? Cause I'm smart, motherfucker. I'm not stupid, yo. Like, what the fuck? What's your major? Friends about you majoring friends about all y'all got basic education measures and y'all honors, nigga, y'all whack. That's how I was feeling. You feel what I'm saying? But it's like that initial view. Everybody was, you in the honors program? You in the honors program? Yes, bitch. The fuck? It made motherfuckers fuck with me. It made motherfuckers fuck with me in a sense because it was the anomaly shit. But it made me aware of how street people, how people from the hood and shit like that are actually viewed by their own people. So now, tying that back in, when you're the little black boy and your image is showing, the fucking template is a street nigga. So you want your little boy who doesn't get respect to see what's being respected. You actually disrespected, but low key want to be it. And so now he sees the Waynes, he sees the shit, he sees the Waynes, the 50s, he sees all these people that you listen to, that you embody, and he tries to emulate them. He tries to emulate them. Because that's the template. And we despise that template. And now you go into a society that says, pull your pants up, don't dress like this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. But everybody's respecting the very thing you're telling me not to fucking do. You're not telling the niggas that's doing it not to do it. But you're letting them inspire me, but telling me no. That don't make no sense. So now this is how I get my respect. But how I get my respect is disrespectful to you. So the whole time I'm emulating what you're showing me you're respecting, and you're telling me is disrespectful to you. So now when I grow up, I hate everybody because now I'm disrespecting the world and now disrespecting me. This is cause and effect, y'all. This is not black men versus black women. This is a systematic thing to say, okay, the cause is if we can make these black boys develop without respect, the rest will work itself out. They're going to hate their women. And if they don't hate their women, if they don't hate their women openly, they'll still fuck them and impregnate them. But now they're impregnating them from a DNA standpoint that the genetic memory and the transgenerational memory that's about to go into the child to conceive them is already have a preconceived notion. So when this baby comes out, the DNA from his father is already encoded with what he feels for his mother and his people and himself. Now the child is going to repeat the cycle. But the father, his disrespect, he doesn't like his mother. She's going to make him unrealistic things. Unrealistic standards that he's not going to be able to withhold. Imagine being told that you have to pay all of the bills. When I seen Imam Shumpert say that shit, I was like, y'all, he's Imam Shumpert, bro. Nigga, you can afford all y'all bills. Y'all, like, you feel me? Like, your salary can afford all y'all bills. It doesn't matter. Like, you can talk that shit because you're you. You've been an athlete all of your life. You've been respected for playing ball all your life. You've been at this point all your life. So you can't see what they see. So you can't make certain assumptions that they can't. So yes, when I have not been respected all my life, when I have not gone through that, because I have not been in the upper echelon of the reality, I got to sit with the fact that we go and have, because I don't know you really respect me enough for me. Because you don't even know what it is to respect a man. Like how if the world really understood what it was to respect boys, they would know what it is to go ahead and change. You can change the world in reality right now. All you have to do is start respecting boys. The disrespect for boys is so bad that now they become women. And if y'all listening for y'all in that set, it is what it is. But a lot of these dudes, think about the ones that transition just to play sports. Think about what kind of psychology got to go through these motherfuckers' heads, yo. I can't compete. I cannot compete. So how the fuck am I going to get respect in a competitive world? I'm just going to become a woman and now I can compete now. I'm not a man anymore, but I can compete. I'm a woman now. Whatever. But now we add all of these pieces into the shit and we realize that the root is here. It's the fact that the boys are not being respected, and that grows up to that I'm going to get respect one way or another. And when we realize what what you feel like you have to get respect for, you now have to feel like you're not feeling like you're playing catch up. You feel me? When I tell the story about how I lost my virginity, when I tell when I think about some of my homeboys who tell me the stories about how they lost their virginity, it's usually the same shit. We thought we was last. Nobody was actually fucking first, but everybody was talking like they was fucking because there was always, you know what I'm saying? But nigga, nobody was really doing anything. So I ended up losing my virginity because I had homeboys telling me that I was late. One of my homies said he been fucking since he was 7. I was like, damn, I'm 11 now. Shit, the fuck, bro, I'm behind the loop. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Niggas, we wasn't fucking that age. Wasn't thinking about no shit like that. But again, now, fast forward that to where I finally have respect to even get some pussy. Now, I happen to be, because I was, again, I'm 11, so I shouldn't have been fucking at that time. But at the same time, I was that nigga. That's how I ended up getting some pussy at 11 years old. Everybody ain't that. So everybody's not going to see the understanding of that. So now, I cut the curve. Some of those people don't cut the curve, and they don't finally gain that confidence to even start getting some pussy the way that I was getting pussy, like until college, maybe that job or whatever the case may be. But it's like, how long now? Now I got to play catch up, because now I'm talking to homies and she's like, if you ever feel the need to think as a man, if we start talking about sex stories, I don't really have sex stories like that with my homies, but if you ever get into my space and we become homies and we talking about sex stories and you feel the need to catch up to me, please, my nigga, do not do it. Do not try. I don't know how many you would have to catch. I don't know how many you have to find to catch. Like, I don't know. And I just can't tell you that number. You know what I'm saying? And what happens is you get into that space where you finally get that glow up, and now you meet people who have stories like mine. You feel me? You meet people who's, yeah, I used to do blah, blah, blah. And I was like, damn, man, I'm late. I ain't never had that shit, blah, blah, blah. What that? No, that wasn't your path. But now you trying to get respect and catch it. Now you're going to end up having a baby. You're going to end up catching something because you didn't do it in the right time. You didn't do it when it was your time because you didn't know it was your time, because you didn't utilize your time, because you was never gaining respect. You was never gaining respect. All you was doing was moving through life, trying to figure out what's going to give me respect. If I dress this way, if I talk this way, it wasn't working. It wasn't until you found your pocket, and then you stayed there. And don't let the times change, because you got to, again, our respect got to be doubled up. It has to be renewed every single day. We can do some sucker shit today and not be respected tomorrow. You feel me? Unless you pandering to women, because that's different. Like Derrick Jackson, that nigga did some sucker shit for real. And got his respect right back. I'm not mad at that nigga, bro. I'm mad. I'm not mad at that nigga, but I'm mad because it's like, yo, how you do that, bro? How the world see you cheat on your woman and you still spent it the right way? That's different. That's different. Like, yo, you didn't lose no respect. Like, but that's the power again. But that's also the power of respect. He still didn't do no wrong. That's crazy. That's crazy as hell. They rebranded and everything. That's crazy as hell. He done got divorced and shit and went back to fucking the bad bitches that he wanted and shit. Again, I think he's a prime example of that shit. He got married before he blew up. He ain't know, all this shit didn't get to his head. It's one of the reasons why I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all, and I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna start wrapping it up. This is one of the reasons why I did not show my face for a long time. This is one of the reasons why I did not show my face for a long time, because I understand vanity. Before I started this shit, you feel me? When I was, I don't want to say broke. When I was broke back in the day, when I was young and I was broke and I didn't have no job, I was just going to college and all that shit. There was a different edge about myself, right? And that edge that I had about myself was something that always kept women around me. And keeping women around me, I had them all. I had a lot of the bad ones and shit, but I ain't have nothing when I had them. And so I was like, yo, it felt good to already be in that space. So now fast forward, it's like I understand the vanity of when you start developing. That's how I'm not showing my face, because once So Frail hit and I started picking up momentum, then hitting the raw hit, and I started picking up momentum, y'all notice after that I pulled back. even this is how the podcast is what it is. I even switched it from video solely for this reason, because my audience was predominantly women. And that's not what I was going for, because it was lust. It wasn't the audience wasn't building for my content at that point. It was building for who I was as a person, and it was building for the vanity and the lust of it all. And I didn't want that. So I shut down and I said, you know what? Who's still gonna be here when that's gone? A lot of shit changed. A lot of shit changed. Some of y'all are core people. Some of y'all have been here rocking the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Some of the women have been here rocking the whole time. And those are the women that are the women that keep me grounded. So in the next phases, because I already know where this is going now, because I'm starting to show now, it is what it is. It's happening already. Like, damn. It's like, but I'm glad I'm prepared for it, and I knew it was gonna happen. So in this, in where this is going, it's like I see how it is, and I'm starting to see that I know what to keep me grounded, because I know what's not real and what's, you know. But I also was a little boy who I was not respected up until I was 12 years old, and I was told that the best way to fit in is to stand out, and I started standing out. Then that's when I started getting respect. I started being respected for being myself. But again, ego got in the way, and still I was not being myself. I was being my conditioning. I was still operating and standing out, but I was being my conditioning was still tainted the way that I was respected. Because again, niggas respected me because I had hoes. Niggas literally wanted to kick it with me, drive with me, ride with me, go, because, yo, you going to be around some girls. And at the time, I'm like, yeah, you know, but now it's the vanity. You know what I'm saying? It was the vanity and shit. But in that, it allowed me to grow up and be in a space where I can express without having a disrespectful side. Like, this is why I can understand y'all side and still understand what women be talking about at the same time. You feel me? I can deliver both sides and be like, and see both sides and be like, yeah, I can see what it is, because there's that fine line there, because women don't talk to me the way they talk to other men. Some of y'all have seen it in some of the postings that I've had. Like, some of y'all have commented on a woman's post and shit. And I know some of y'all we follow the same people. So some of y'all are commenting on a woman's post and I seen it, and she'll spaz on you. And I can comment with the same energy and she laughs at me. And I've been told it's because you don't come with that same energy. How you know what energy I came with? It's because you respect who I am and you don't respect the other people that, like, none of us respect anybody on social media. I ain't gonna front. I don't. You feel me? I don't, because everybody's a troll to me at this point, because that's all motherfuckers that do is pop up as trolls. So ain't no respect over that. If you're digital and I don't know you in real life, if you can't hit me up in real life, you're a troll and you're digital. It is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? So in seeing that, that's what's getting respect. That's what has respect. So I'm like, they respect me and they don't respect you. That's the only situation. And now when we're in a space where all of these men that are in comments, all of these men, they're triggered, not because they're going through it. It's not that it flies that apply, but you're tired of being disrespected and singled out and pointed out, when all you're looking to do is respect somebody who you have been defaulted to motherfucking love. And don't forget to check out Cafe Clothing, formerly Just Scenes merch. Get all of your intricate designs crafted specifically for the melanated being to develop a positive imagery within self, and to have a little bit of fun in the process. From the peace, love, knowledge, and freedom to the dead horses and water designs, all of the styles are crafted for the imagery to make you feel as you're supposed to feel. Because as I always say, the best way to fit in is to stand out. And what better way to stand out than with your exclusive styles from Cafe Clothing. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and end it there. And that is Black Boys. I don't know if I'm going to call that Black Boy Joy or nothing. I just might keep it a so for a conversation, Black Boys. But yeah, man. Or Black Boy Respect. I like that. But it's already titled by now, so it's the end of the episode. But yeah, man. That's how respect is, man. And everybody want to know why the relationships are like this. So, look, man, we got to fix how we respecting our boys, and we got to respect them for more than bullshit. We got to respect them for more than bullshit. We start respecting them for more than bullshit, and we'll start having better results. They're not going to treat the women right. We're not going to treat the women a certain way, because there's going to be a standard to respect the man. Like, you feel what I'm saying? In my generation, I'm glad that they're starting to nip it in the bud, but motherfuckers still saying, you know what I'm saying? There was girls can hit you, but you can't hit them back. Who the fuck? When and why? You see what I'm saying? Like, damn, there's like no, like, I'm not respected enough to where she can hit me and I can't hit her. First time I experienced that. First and last time I ever hit a woman. 11 years old. Told you our story, got kicked. Now it's the extension piece of the story and how it ties to this shit. I got suspended. She didn't. I'm like, yo, she kicked me first. But she's a girl. Nigga, she kicked me. The fuck? You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, it was a reflex. I didn't intentionally just draw my hand and say, bitch, I'll kill you. I ain't do no shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? It was like, yo, she kicked me and I swung. Bam. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like I beat her up. It ain't no shit like that. But the narrative was painted. I hit a girl. That's how it looked. It looked like by the time the story was ended, like I punched her in the mouth or some shit. And it was like, nah, that's not what happened. Like, I didn't punch you. Like, no, that's not, no. It was like, and she was like, nah, that's not what happened. But by the end of the story, it's like, yo, the nigga hit a girl. You feel what I'm saying? Again, your respect got to start over. Because then now when I tell the story, it's like, oh, nah, I get it. And it was kids. It was 11 years old, 6th grade. You feel me? 11 to 12 years old or some shit like that. I know I was 11. You see what I'm saying? And how many of our boys are like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why do we keep telling our girls to do that and then our boys have to practice restraint when they're in danger? That's crazy. It's crazy as shit. Now, again, I'm not to be respected. Then it comes to that point where it's like, he's violent. He's, you know what I'm saying? He hit girls or whatever. He might be retaliating. That little boy who was never respected is finally getting respect. And now he snaps. You feel me? It's different. Sometimes we have to really look at the core and we can't get to the core because there's so many effects that we can't look at the causes. The cause is simple. If boys, specifically black boys, can be respected a little bit more, you feel what I'm saying? They'll treat the girls better. You see what I'm saying? But then they'll grow up in the long run, they'll grow up because they're respected in the milestones of the shit they do. Stop undermining them. Stop undercutting them for what they do. Oh, now you still a child. Stay in a child's place. Nigga, you saying that my place don't matter. But again, that's why I mentioned that part about child. That's relative. It's not your age. Stay in a child's place. Stay in an inexperienced motherfucker's place. Bitch, you inexperienced too. That's why we still in poverty, motherfucker. Don't nobody want to talk about that, though. Don't nobody want to talk about how a son, as a natural problem solver, because men were natural problem solvers, you're watching your father fail to solve his problems, or there's no father there to solve the problems at all. But either way, now you know you can solve the problems better. Not only do you know you can, you know that you have to, and you now go to, and you now carry the burden of solving problems that your father was supposed to solve. And the whole time you were never respected, or the whole time you was reminded that you still a child. And I'm working to solve problems that you struggle with, homie. There's a rift between our sons, and that's the reason why. We're now pushing our sons to be greater than us, and when they get greater than us, we tell them to be humble. No, if my son surpasses me, he's taking the torch. And ain't no, you still a child. No, I gotta respect it. You doing something I can't do no more. But what we do, once that baton is timed, to be like, nah, I'm keeping the baton for a little bit longer because I'm greedy. I'm selfish because I still have not reached my level of respect. So I can't pass any respect on to you yet, son. And if I'm absent, oh, you got to figure this shit out on your own, homie. I don't even respect you enough to stay to teach you to figure it out or to struggle with you while we figure it out. At least the present father who doesn't know how to, who still doesn't, you know what I'm saying, who still needs his respect is with his son figuring it out. We gonna get it together, homie. But the motherfucker who leaves, it's like, yo, you'll never be respected. And now your son is trying to find respect, and he comes from the seed of a person who has no respect in this world. Does he feel valuable in this world because of that? You dig what I'm saying? It's levels to this shit, and we got to start taking this shit a lot more serious, and we got to start making sure that we actually pouring into our boys and respecting them. It's okay. It's okay to tell a little homie, you know what I'm saying, good job, good shit. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to not try to emasculate him and punk him. You know what I'm saying? When he come to take your daughter to the prom and shit, it's okay to fix his tie as opposed to pulling your gun on him saying you don't want no shit. He probably already fucked your daughter. That's why he's taking her to the prom. What the fuck you think you doing? You dig what I'm saying? It's like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, shit be weird. Like, niggas be really thinking, oh, you taking my daughter to prom? Yes, nigga. How you think I was confident enough to ask her, homie? You really think that we don't know each other? I just randomly put like, no, nigga, you know what's up? I probably already plugged in. You think you gonna pull the strap on me? No, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Sit me down. Give me some game. Give me some real game. Show me why I should respect you. And now we wonder why. Oh, these young boys are scared because ain't nobody whooping their ass. Nah, it ain't nothing about nobody whooping their ass. They taking ass whoopings. They getting beat the fuck up. They fighting each other. They beating each other up. They skilling. The problem is ain't no respect no more because I don't have to respect the motherfucker who failed at life. Can't no nigga struggling to get money tell me how to get money. You see what I'm saying? I never forget when I first started my entrepreneurship journey, like one of the dudes in the MLM that I was in, he told me, he said, do you just want to be, he said, you really want to be an entrepreneur or you just want to be a theorist? He said, you know all of the shit, but why you ain't selling nothing? I was like, cuz man, I don't know these people. I don't, this is like you making excuses for that shit. He said, this is, you know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? But again, it wasn't my shit. So I didn't take it as serious as, you know what I'm saying? But because I ain't had the same respect for it. It wasn't until I created my own shit that I had that level of respect that I put the drive behind it. You feel what I'm saying? But again, now if I tell a motherfucker, yo, so I was using that theory shit because it was like, yo, if I would have told people then, like, yo, if you want to write a book, yo, you can make an easy bag, secure easy bag, yo, all you got to do is write you a book, make you a quick book, bro, push that shit, get that shit on Amazon and shit, and then run you some motherfucking ass. That sounds cool if I never did the shit, if I keep telling you all you got to do. Then I'm gonna tell you, hey, what I did, bro, I published one book and shit, then I just finished the motherfucking series. I uploaded it to Book Baby. Book Baby distributes it from me, and they hold all the inventory. So they take the 50-50 split. I don't even need 100% because I don't feel like printing that bitch. I don't feel like doing none of that shit and keeping it. So it is what it is. Now it's different. You see what I'm saying? It comes off a little bit different because now I'm respected for what I do. You know what I mean? But how do you get to that point? Because you got to constantly accomplish it. Some motherfuckers ain't accomplishment. Motherfuckers just got good grades. Some niggas just passed. They ain't never accomplished nothing. See, accomplishment is when you dig deep within and you actually create something, and that's what you get respected for. But every time I attempt to create something, you tell me, I got to do this. I got to do this. You show me what gets respected by you. It starts in the motherfucking home. It ain't just got to be with the mama. It's the mama and the daddy too, siblings, everything. How I'm respected is going to determine how the world is going to be affected when I leave this motherfucking house. And if I don't feel like I'm respected for being me, I am not going to be respected for being me. I'm going to be respected for whatever I have to project in order to be safe in this world. And when I can't wear the mask anymore, my shit's conditional. Like, I got to do this shit under the condition that I'm doing this to earn my spot for status. They don't respect me. They respect my status. If I lose my status, I lose it all. That's a burden you don't want to feel as a grown-ass man right now. Why the fuck are we doing it to our little boys? Oh, you think they ain't got no problem. Nigga just going and coloring with crayons and pencils and shit like that. But every year it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. You started off just playing with colors and crayons and pencils and shit. Look where the fuck we at right now. You see what I'm saying? How we are in a mental space where we get volatile because this is what we looking for. Fucking respect. When I walk into a motherfucking, now we think our respect is because we violent and shit. Niggas don't even know, like, it's gone. It's gone. And until we infuse it, we men have to respect each other, which in turn makes us respect our boys. We have to default the respect to our boys so they can have a sense of self-respect that is positive. Otherwise, they're going to be running through chasing these fleeting things and shit and keep getting fucked over and repeating these cycles that damage every fucking body, bro. Stop this shit, bro. I'm gonna end it there, man. Go kiss your babies. Make sure they eat their vegetables and our motherfucking sons. If I ain't say enough, if it wasn't clear on what the fuck I'm talking about, make sure you respect your motherfucking sons. Make sure you respect them. Make sure you respect them. Make sure you respect them. Do not keep them in a space where they have to constantly earn your respect. Earning love is one thing, but earning respect is something different because respect has to keep going. when your child has to earn your respect from them. That's different. And when your respect is conditional, you yelling, you spot, like, that is problematic. And when a boy does not feel respected, when he does not have respect, it's different. He's gonna find it. And he's either going to kill, he's either going to take a life or create a life in order to get respected. Or he's going to take a life or create a life to continue to be disrespected. But it's contingent upon how he approaches the world based off of whether or not he's respected as a boy. So again, I'm going to go ahead and end it there. Go kiss your babies. Make sure they eat their vegetables. And I'm going to see y'all all on the next one. Peace, love, knowledge, and freedom. I'm out.